Hi Spidey fans, it's your friendly neighbourhood, the ultimate Spider-Man fan here, and welcome back to another video of me reading my epic Marvel Spider-Man PS4 related book, Hostile Takeover. So just do my intro now and then we'll continue from where we left off last time, and we're now on chapter 26. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, share, favourites, hit the bell notification, and then follow me on Twitter as well. Type in the @ all capitals without spaces, the ultimate Spidey SPID. And yeah, let's see. I think this is actually a full page because there's actually about 5 pages in it. So I think I actually might make this a full. So right, chapter 26. Many blocks downtown, 2 men stood inside a darkened Fisk warehouse. No one else was there. That had been a condition of the meeting. Just the 2 of them. No assistants or bodyguards. No witnesses. We'll do it at one of my places, Fisk said. It's harder for you to arrange things without being seen. And if anyone happens to notice me going in there, Norman Osborn asked, then it's simply a consultation between the mayor of New York and one of its most improvement citizens. Nothing could be less scandalous. A table had been placed under a hanging light. Sorry, excuse me, spy fans. Sorry. On it sat a bottle of wine and 2 glasses, but neither seemed in the mood to sit, let alone to drink. Fisk watched the shadows dance in the dim light. He was as good as his word. None of his people were present. He had no wish for them to hear what he had to say. And it wasn't as though the mayor was a physical threat. If he needed to, he could break Osborn in half, stuff him in a crate and drop him into the river, all in less time than Osborn would need to call a cab. No, the dangers Osborn posed were of a slower and more methodical nature. He was dangerous, but he also presented an opportunity. Fisk didn't trust the mayor to honour a bargain, but he trusted Osborn's greed and ambition. He trusted Osborn's lust for power. Most people saw him as the brilliant, I can't say that word, spy fans, entrepreneur who had turned a little tech company into one of the world's most I can't say that either. Ubiquitous brands. They saw them a businessman who, having achieved incredible success and wealth, wanted to prove he could govern as well as he could invent and innovate. The jury was still out on how well Osborn was doing as mayor. The financial sector loved him because they saw him as good for business. But did that translate to being a good leader? He was getting hate from a lot of interest that didn't benefit from Wall Street success. Guys like Martin Lee were on the news every other day, talking about providing services for the homeless, and impeccably attacking Osborn in the process. Someone has to step up. Lee like to say, if the government won't help the people, then the people have to help each other. You have to make Martin Lee and his kind of work for you. Fisk make use for the private sector. It's good for business and it's good for people. He paused and I'm trying to give you a lifeline. Osborn, I don't need a lifeline. The mayor said, not from you or anyone else. I'm not trying. You're not exactly you're not exactly thriving either. People with money love you, but everyone else is calling you the mayor of Wall Street. You can't change who you are. That would be worse. Your base will turn on you and the people hate a hypocrite. Instead, you have to convince them that you're always convince them that your ways will help everyone, and embracing Wilson Fisk will do that. Osborne coughed out a laugh. Precisely, so it sounds like a non-starter to me. Osborne said, "Look, the world hasn't forgotten about your past troubles. The state had a chance to make its case against me." Fisk said, it had no case to make. Am I supposed to be punished for that? That's not justice. We're not talking about justice, Osborne told him. We're talking about public relations. So Fisk smirked. This isn't some uptight law firm town in Midwest, Norman. It's New York City, and if there's one thing New York is like, if they come back, they want to see a man who's been down get back up again. They want to see a villain remake himself as a hero. If you can be that part, if you can be part of that, when then you become a hero too. Osborne kept his face expressionless. I'll consider your proposal. You are doing more than considering it, or we wouldn't be having this conversation. Fisk said, tell me what's going to make. Tell me what it's going to take to make this work. Osborne sighed and shook his head. Fair enough. He handed Fisk an envelope. There is a list of requirements in there. Nothing that should be too painful. Fisk tore it open, took out the paper and scanned the contents of them. Like, I have to hand it to you, Osborne. You've planned it precisely. If I shave off this much, it will hurt without the wounds being crippling. He looked up and gave the mayor a curt nod. But if this is what you want, I think we can do business. Just trying to do what's best for the city. Wilson said. Wilson, he said, I have an opportunity to make some real changes. I could be hailed as the most successful mayor in generations, but I need to play hardball if I'm going to succeed. Not to mix metaphors, Fisk said, but are you sure you want to play hardball when you're skating on such thin ice? We're doing business here, Wilson. Is that kind of talk really necessary? I merely remind you of where you stand. Fisk replied. He held up the documents. As long as we're discussing a car, I won't need to show you the stick. Osborne's eyes narrowed. You said we're doing business. His mouth became a thin line. And I want to keep doing business just as amicably. Fisk said, what you ask for is reasonable for a man in your position. I have no objections when I deal with reasonable men. I only require that you remain reasonable. I'm sure to know you're thinking so clearly in this. I always think clearly. Oh really? Osborne laughed. What about this man who's running around pretending to be Spider-Man? No, I don't have any evidence, but I know how you think. What I want to know is how you find someone who can do exactly what Spider-Man can do. If I were behind it, Fisk said, I certainly wouldn't discuss it with you. Still, I'm curious, Osborne continued. Are there others out there like him? Is there a whole race of Spider-Man waiting to be recruited, or did you somehow create it? Is there a laboratory in the boils of Fisk Tower where ordinary men are being... Enough! Fisk barked, taking a step forward. Don't speak to me like I'm one of the lackeys you mock with your superior tone. I am Wilson Fisk, and I am the mayor of New York City. Osborne replied, but he did so quietly and with his eyes lowered. If you want to stay that way, you will govern your tone. Fisk told him. The pounding at his skull began to south. His pulse stopped thrumming. He left his fists unclenched. It is human nature to resist the feeling of powerlessness. You can indulge in that fantasy when you play at being a politician. Then that says, when you speak to me, however, you will remember who and what you are, or I will have you replaced with someone who understands where the city's power truly lies. We have these negotiations because you are an intelligent man who might see things others have missed, not because you have any authority to a start. Fisk continued to stare at him until Osborn looked away. Word done here, Fisk said he turned and stowed out of the warehouse, leaving Osborn to find his own way in the dark. Benham crouched on a pile of crates, watching the exchange, wishing he could popcorn to munch on or potato chips. He liked those too. It would be hard to eat in a soup though. It got hot in there, but he liked feeling like he was cooking, slowly running into his true self. He also liked watching these two men talk. It didn't get more entertaining than this. He waited for a signal, a sign that he should jump in. If he needed to take care of business, he would do it, and it would be another high-profile Spider-Man crime. But Benham knew it was unlikely he'd have to act. These two were in the same boat. Even if they didn't want to admit it, they would stare and threaten and have pissing contests. But it was never going to be more than that, because Fisk needed Osborn and Osborn needed Fisk. That's how it was, and it would stay that way until one devoured the other. The fat man left first, and there was nothing for Benham to do. Maybe swing around a little, web up some cops for fun, knock over some old ladies and get his face on the news. He loved swinging. He loved using those web shooters, even though they exacted a heavy toll on his shoulders. He was sore for a long while after flying around the city. The web shooters they'd made for him had a much stronger kick than the ones the imposter used, and they were clunkery too. It wasn't fair. They told him that if his muscles and skeletal structure hadn't been enhanced by the medicine, his shoulders would be dislocated every time he used his web shooters. Well, yeah, that's my legs used to do that, dislocate themselves. Like I told you, Spy fans about that one time in the past in one of my life story videos. If I didn't, sorry, but yeah, that's something that happened to me some times in the past. The pain was worth it though. Any pain was worth it, because he was Spider-Man, and greatness and suffering were part of the same thing, weren't they? He thought so, or maybe he heard it on TV, but either way it was true, and he loved being himself. He loved swinging through the city, hurting people, scarring people. The other day, while pretending to be the weak Spider-Man imposter, he'd considered pushing a baby in front, a baby stroller in front of a speeding truck. Babies were easily replaced. I forgot about that whenever I read Flip. Oh, there'd be no real harm done, and Benham knew he'd feel no more guilt than if he dropped a candy wrapper on the street. He'd held back though, because he knew the grief he'd get from Fisk was more trouble than it was worth it. The time would come though when no one would tell him what to do. Fisk thought he had control, but that was a joke. He controlled Fisk. He pulled Fisk's strings. It was better for now that the fat man didn't know it though. Let them think he was stupid. People had always underestimated him. They laughed at him back in Binghamton, and they laughed at him on the streets of New York, but they'd stopped laughing after he met the people from the laboratory. The nice lady he met on the street took him to a van where they gave him hot chocolate, the kind of little marshmallows that melted while you... Hang on, man, Spike, I'm just going to see how many more pages there are here. Oh boy, there's a lot here. Okay, Spy fans. Let's see, how many pages have I even went through here? Sorry about this, Spy fans. Okay, well, I'm on Spy fans. I'm on the 4th page, and I have a funny feeling. You know what, Spy fans? I might actually just end it there. Yeah, I'll continue that next time. There was a bit more pages than I thought. Maybe I accidentally skipped something. But yeah, other than that, that's going to be it. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And sorry for any parts of that I might have screwed up. And yeah, other than that, that's going to be it. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And sorry for repeating myself. And I will see all you Spy fans in all of my next epic Spidey videos. It's your friendly neighborhood Spider Cop. Over and out. Thwep, 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 thwep.